Congratulations, Waka.
You're gonna say congratulations, Knicks.
No,
Let's go, baby.
Knicks. What the?
Let's
first
go.
Round, the first round of the NBA playoffs. Joaquin Niemann
Here we go.
tying the all-time Live Golf individual championship title total. I mean, come on.
Waco.
Waka. Easy. Ties Brooks with his 5th career Live Golf championship. His third and 6th. Like did we do this last year? Did he win like 2 of the first 4 last year or something like that? He was like off to a red hot start. Yeah, something crazy. And then kind of faded down the stretch. I don't know. Maybe he likes playing in this like time of the year. There's something to that, I think, because like I play much better when it's hotter out, like hot.
Yeah, me too.
Like 90.
Sweating
plus.
down the back.
Yes.
Yep.
When it's cold, I play. I mean, I don't play good either way, but I play way worse.
Well, you suck in any weather, but
I play way worse.
You just prefer being outside swinging a club in the heat.
You don't play enough golf in the cold weather. That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's true.
You're right.
You're not one of us.
I got a hoodie
like
on.
Us.
It's 82 degrees. It was 82 degrees today. I got a hoodie on. Oh yeah, it was a little chill in there. Anyway, I got to apologize to Cam Smith. He had a very good week. He looked, he didn't have to hit driver. It's something I overlooked. You didn't have to hit driver. You could play 3-wood off the tee and still have like a wedge into par 5s, which was absolutely crazy. Some of the driving, like some of the tee shots were, I think there was like 11 over 400 yards on day 1, 9 or something on day 2, and maybe even more on day 3. I have no idea, but they were just bombing the ball. They were playing not the back tees in Mexico. They were playing like the member tees or whatever. And so that's why they were able to drive like 3 different holes. Now, that's not why. It's because they were hitting the ball 400 yards that they were able to drive, 3 holes. So that was pretty crazy. It was a different.
Whoever's watching the basketball game, turn it the fuck down.
Yeah, it's way too loud.
But it's on 1. How do you hear that?
Because in your head's
very, very clear.
I hear it. I hear it clearer than I hear you.
This guy.
All right, what? So go ahead.
I was just saying they're just bobbing the ball. They're hitting the ball so far, like driving the green on the first hole, his 18th on the first day, and like I said, even Richard Bland hitting like a hybrid 253 yards for an albatross. Shout out to Dickie B.
Very impressive.
But the ball was just going so far. That must be so.
Yeah, that was nice.
That must be so much fun to play. Where you just absolutely bomb the ball. And you could, if it was going to bother anyone at some point when like wind started to change or whatever, it was going to bother Bryson the most because he's the one who's most calculated. Like he's not a field type player. He is a give me the number.
Calculated, yeah.
Yeah. And so he's the type of guy who could definitely get bothered by day 3 being different than day 1 and day 2. Once he gets his numbers locked in, he's you could tell from the beginning of the round he was putting the ball too fast. He wasn't up to speed on the speed of the greens until like later in the round. And by that point, just like at the Masters, his iron game kind of let him down. So his drive on 13, his OB drive on 13 probably was really what cost him. He never recovered from that. But give Waco credit, right? I mean, you got to give him credit. He won the tournament.
Absolutely.
He won. And that's 2 weeks in a row for 54 Golf picking the champion on our picture, which is crazy. Congratulations, Drew. Anyway, Chiefs, go ahead. What were you going to say?
So I know that, we're not going to say it, but, everybody in the PGA side of it's going to say, well, 2 tournaments in a row for Bryson to see a choke artist. Feelings, everybody?
We got the biggest Bryson fan in the world here on the show. So.
That's kind of why I'm asking. I know his.
He's still doing better than like 99% of the rest of the league. So like, is he having trouble closing? Clearly, is that something that can be fixed? Absolutely. So, it's.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking, because how that's how that side of that's going to take that shit when I.
Oh yeah.
Stuff.
No matter what happens on the live side, the PGA Tour is going to have some sort of say, just like we do. Though we do the same thing for the other side. But you're right. You can't complete it. They're gonna say, Bryson sucks. He can't. He's a choke artist, like you said. It's stupid. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, you're gonna hear it.
I have something stupider. that people say about Bryson that's driving me crazy. I need like a 5-second rant here. The dude is literally the most real, authentic, true, absolutely himself person.
Yeah.
And the reason why people don't believe that is because he's so nice and he's so weird and
That's
he's
actually him.
so awkward, but that's actually literally him. Like he's literally the goofball who's walking alone through the parking lot at Live Bedminster and sees
And takes a picture
four
with three of
drunk
us. It
dopes.
was
Yeah,
nice.
four drunk. Well, takes a picture of 3 of us, sees all 4 of us.
He'll never get old.
I'll never get old. I just need to set.
Yeah, but no, you're right. Like,
You know what?
like a
I'm gonna have my
superstar.
vindication at some fucking point. Okay.
You're right in the fact that he's an absolute superstar, and he's just like running to a car to get a granola bar, and he just meets up. Like he's just like people don't understand that he's more normal. They're all human off the field, right? People idolize these guys and think they're not human, but he actually shows his human side constantly. He's just normal, or if he's not normal, he's Bryson. You know, he is that guy. And if Rory's his actual self out on the course, he's even more of a scumbag than we all think.
No,
I can't imagine what he's like off.
Some reporter from a Mexico City TV station or something asked him a question about how are you able to focus on your game when you have
Yeah, I saw that.
all of these kids who are just screaming for you everywhere you go on the course. And he's like, that's what we're here for. I'm here because I want to hand this game over to the next generation. And,
Haters just don't believe that that's true.
the haters can't believe that is a real person who thinks that way. It's crazy. That's that good at a sport, but it's also that good of a human being and has that big of a heart about the future of the sport. Because they're used to Tiger, who didn't give an F about anybody else. They're used to Rory, who doesn't give an F about anybody else.
No, Aaron. Tiger
Okay, yeah,
he cared a lot about Hooters waitresses.
he sure
He
did.
was a big fan. He cared a
Select
lot.
clientele, he was
It
really
was
nice
Yeah.
to.
It was Denny's waitresses. Get it right. Your story straight. We're gonna talk about the only thing I like about Tiger Woods.
Listen, Denny's,
Shared interest.
Hooters, Waffle House,
Perkins.
The man didn't discriminate. If you had a snooch and you served food for a living, you could get it.
Speaking of Denny's, late night after Sidewinders, Aaron ate a roasted pickle off of the back of a heating vent at 4 a.m. off of a Denny's heater. So that's
I still think that was my pickle.
disgusting. Thing was sitting there since that place opened.
That's not the
Throwing
grossest thing
unusual things down his throat at 4 a.m. isn't unusual.
Yeah, it's not unusual at all.
Especially in New Paltz.
Yes, especially in New Paltz. That was
That
a fun
story's
event.
always like sneaks its way into our podcast, but one day somebody will find out about the rest.
The pickle on the back, the bagel on the payphone.
Shout out to Ogle Rumble Pack. Just saying.
Rumble Pack Ogle. The gummy bear at the Red Roof Inn. That one is all up there. That's an all timer. The ice cream at the mall. That one.
The rotted bagel on the payphone in New Paltz.
Yeah, there's some
Bagel and cream cheese off the payphone.
Yeah.
But those refills were all food.
You're just
and
a
he
pig.
wondered where he got MRSA from.
Yeah.
Right? Just years of eating street food.
Why these
literally
teeth
street food.
Why these teeth never grew. Stunted my own teeth growth.
Nasty. God.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, awesome
Thing of
weekend for Live
nightmares.
Golf. Awesome weekend for Live Golf. Shout out. Oh, we got to shout out the company too. Ping gets their first win as the official sponsor of Tour K. Callaway gets another win. Well, they got the winningest team, but Callaway gets the win with Legion taking home the team title. So awesome week for Callaway, for Ping, for Live Golf, for the players, for the fans. It was a Grand Slam week. So we'll keep it rolling. Going to Korea. The Ironheads, I know, are fired up as they could possibly be. This is the event that they've had circled on their calendar. So before we get into our Korea picks, we'll have Jerome catch us up on how far ahead he is.
Can I have the floor for a second? I said it to us in the text message jokingly. I said it wasn't over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. They just dropped the bomb on Pearl Harbor. Well, 20 strokes is a lot, so we're going to try. But I also want to say to Carlos Ortiz, if he's listening, not only did you let me down, you let your entire country down this week. Thank you very much.
You know what sucks? Cheech, is your pick got stolen, right? Didn't your pick get stolen?
Yeah,
And then you
by
went with
he
Yeah, but it worked out.
Reed, and then
right.
It worked out better though.
You got a stroke. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
he got a stroke for the mishap.
Until he shot 2 over today. He was having a decent day. He was up, he was down, but
Yeah,
at the
Reed
end of the
shot
day,
+1 today. It's screwed.
whatever. It is what mine was +2, so it's all right. So he was up to 8 under at one point.
Very happy with Bryson's performance, despite not winning the event. I needed a big week under par to get myself potentially out of the skirt. So I'm right back in the mix for being out of the skirt, which is amazing.
I'm just looking at Dogwood and what's that
Fishkill.
Dinsmore next year for our little golf
Fishkill.
trip.
I think
We talked
Shawnee,
about this
Shawnee, baby, or Split Rock, Aaron, Lake Harmony, PA. That would be awesome.
That'd be
We were
dope.
talking about that. That would be epic.
That would be dope. Anyway,
27 holes driving.
Korea. Quick picks, quick turnaround on the picks. I get to go first. If you go first and you're gonna pick a team in Korea and you don't use your Ironheads pick in the week of Korea, you're an idiot. So I'm gonna have to steal everyone's. Yeah, I'm gonna have to steal everyone else's Ironheads pick here. You guys are all gonna have to pick a different team. You have to use your Ironheads somewhere else. They're coming off of an absolute disaster, but really, if you look at it, it was just one bad round by by Yubin Jang that really set them back this week.
Nice.
I'm just gonna throw that out.
So
who the hell you
So
picked?
Aaron, who are you
Wait,
picking?
I took the Ironheads. I took the Ironheads in Korea. Shout out to their wonderful GM who sends messages back and forth and is very open about how excited they are to be the host team in Korea.
How gay you
And,
are.
yeah, and how gay we are. Speaking of,
You
him-
are, not us.
yeah, speaking of, I am going to take someone who's playing extremely well and is a shock that he's playing this well. Someone who should have been relegated last season, but didn't because of his captaincy status. I'm taking Bubba Watson. He's playing too
It's a
well.
good pick. I was thinking about it.
Masters played well. Well, actually, tournament before the Masters played well. Masters played well. Played well again here in Mexico City.
Yeah, he's got a little something going on here.
He's got a little bit of that kind of Bubba going, and
It's a good pick.
I'm excited for him. So yeah, so Bubba and the Ironheads in Korea for me.
I'm gonna make it quick. Rippers and my boy Schwartzel.
Wow, see again another guy who very low key
Yep.
has been playing very
Good golf. Yep.
very good golf. Best putter in the league
What was your
for
team?
sure.
What was your team, Jay?
Rippers.
Rippers?
Yep.
Schwartzel's putter's been hot all year, and that's a great pick. That's a
I was between Bubba and Schwartzel the whole time.
okay.
I said if you take one of them, I'm taking the other one.
Well, I couldn't have taken his thing.
Well,
You think I looked that deep into the notes?
I'm going with how my fat ass is going to look in a dress after this week. So I'm going Kazuma,
There he is.
and I'm going to go. I think did I use Torquay yet?
You did not.
All right, I'll take Torquay.
I like the team pick. Mito really needs to. He's really been dragging that team
Get
down.
relegated and get it.
Yeah.
He needs to
Yeah.
get relegated.
Yeah. Speaking of relegation, before we get to our fearless champions pick, they really drove home the 49th or worst this year, and there's no safety. They really drilled that home if you listen to the broadcast this weekend. And like, there's some guys down there, like Poulter, like Ian Poulter's down there. Yeah, there's some guys who you associate with Liv, Poulter.
That whole team needs to be fucking relegated.
I know. But do you think they have the guts to do it? I don't know.
But let me ask you an honest question. Are they or are they not the biggest letdown since Liv started, that team? We all thought that team between Stenson, Poulter, Westwood was going to be okay. Is that the biggest letdown, you think?
Yeah. I mean, they've not even competed, basically, right? At least
Yeah.
at least the Ironheads were like, whatever. Ironheads don't have a shot, but they've had individual winner. They've been in it a little bit here and there.
Same
They're
with High
definitely-
Flyers. They've at least had a
Same
guy
with the High
win.
Flyers. They had Brendan Steele won last year. So Majestics easily the biggest disappointment in the league. So we'll see what they do with them. A lot of rumblings about. So you see that Legion wears the Callaway hats. McKibben, Surratt, Rob. But Hatton is a ping player. So he didn't wear the Callaway hat. He wears the Top Golf hat. And so it'd be real interesting if that ends up being how Hatton and Rom get split up, and Hatton ends up as captain of the Majestic if their captains get relegated.
Interesting.
That's a good.
Sponsors are already arrived. Yeah.
And if sponsors want to hook us up too, I mean, we're here
Take a
for it.
Top Golf hat. All right, who are you taking?
Yeah, come on.
I'm going with Phil.
All right, boys, here we go.
There we got a
Getting
shot,
interesting.
baby.
It's getting interesting.
We are live.
Phil finished 3rd in Hong Kong and 19th in Singapore. He loves playing in Asia.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, you gotta take a
I
high
too
flyer
get
at
those
some point.
massages every night.
Team?
I have the team, yeah.
Fireballs.
Coming off their worst performance of the year.
Yeah, really. I like this. Never know.
You know, you get a little far ahead. He gets a
What
little
team was
confident.
it?
He thinks he's got tons of
Very
strokes to play
confident.
with
He's
now.
like, I
He
got
thinks he's
plenty of room.
I have to pick every team. I'm just trying to be strategic about it. God fucking
Wow.
forbid.
I mean, he's got a 20-point lead, so he might as well take those now. He's playing smart.
We have
Listen,
no idea
Jay,
on this. By the way,
you are nowhere to speak on this, okay?
I just gave you a
You've
compliment while
lost so
everybody
many
else was
leads.
trashing
It
you.
was backhanded. We all
It
know
sure was, but it was
backhanded.
still a compliment.
I think
All right.
I think this would be the largest lead blown since Jay blew a 22 stroke lead. I think
I don't think it was 22.
It was up there.
It was not 22. It was maybe 8.
It was up there. We got record books. We'll go back.
We were close. We were close the whole year,
We'll
and
get
then
to
you
this.
got me by 1. You scum.
It was.
If he blows this, we're calling Golf Digest to put that in there.
It would be the biggest choke in the history of golf. A 20-stroke lead with 7 events to play.
I think more than Rory's U.S. Open last year.
Wait, can we make another bet?
Yeah, of course.
If he blows a 20-stroke lead, he has to wear a fucking bikini.
Where do I sign?
Right?
100%.
What's in it for me?
You draw what you want.
That's what a bet is. So you want me to put something up for it? What do I get in return?
We just said throw out what you want.
Because you're not going to blow a 20-stroke lead.
No.
I don't have the artillery to catch you.
Look at Cheech talking him into it. Cheech is talking him into it.
I don't plan on
Don't worry,
ever wearing a bikini, and I'm not putting that out there.
Listen, if I was in your situation, I would let my bush grow for the next 7 events and hang that shit out the sky.
It's all downhill. It's all downhill from here.
Eat a dick.
Scared, no
Just
confidence.
Make sure to take your retainer out before
you
do
got
that.
this.
Cheech,
You got this, bro. Don't worry.
A thong one too. You gotta wear.
Have fun in Myrtle.
I will.
Jerome, you playing golf this week?
I am. I did play with Cheech this past week at Trump, which was awesome. 797.
You'll take it.
Good score there.
First round of the year. So
Hits the shit out of his driver.
The weather
was
perfect.
Playing on
That's awesome.
Where are you playing Tuesday?
College Hill.
Excellent.
It's like there's levels to golf here.
Trump to College Hill. Love it.
Golf here. Yeah, if Trump had a course in Detroit, it would be similar to playing at College Hill.
Yeah, that is a decent.
I mean, this show has gotten.
Yeah, Poughkeepsie, Detroit.
Off the rails.
Anyway, tell them what to do.
Thank you so much for listening. Please hit the link to subscribe. Follow us on all of our socials. Comment
1
below.
million. 1
Who
million.
you think
Thank
is going to win? Yeah,
thank you.
And Aaron posting things before everybody else, so we get 1 million likes, 1 million views, and nobody else does. So
a 7-iron, 270 yards.
It's amazing.
That's incredible. But I mean, that's one of the most boring posts ever. But I do appreciate you guys for like 1.5 million views. That's really cool. Shout out. Anyway, anybody else got anything?
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get the fuck out of here.